Hi, guys. It's so weird because I haven't been on YouTube for so long. But yeah, my room is like a mess, okay? And after I just talk about everything, y'all probably will be like, oh damn, bro, we don't believe. I'm joking. Um, yeah, so today is the 20th. Crazy, it's the 20th July. Like, yo. So I've been going through a lot of like thinking about everything and basically like there's just been so much going on. I don't even know how to explain it because it's like so much that's been going on, you know? Like okay. So basically like we had holidays about 2 weeks ago. That lasted 3 weeks, right? And in those 3 weeks I wanted to like basically just get on with like my business and everything, and because I feel like we've not been really been able to get a lot of momentum when it comes to just overall, cash flow and just developing more skills by working with more clients. I think the main like problem with everything was just the clients for me. Um, but I won't really blame it on our systems. I think it's just like me. I just don't think I convinced myself that I was ready enough to get clients. It sounds so like weird coming out of my mouth because in my head it's like always been that you don't need to be ready in order to do things. That's how I started my business at such a young age. And it's just like I'm gonna get onto it and then whatever happens happens sort of thing. And then um I watched time pass by, like literally just like watched time pass. 3 weeks gone by, and I don't feel like there was a lot of momentum. And then we had a week of school, and I wasn't even ready for school. I remember I cried so much the day before the schools opened, just like that night was just like so bad because I have a lot of anxiety with like the environment, right? So I wanted to just think about everything. It's just like a lot of reflection that takes place. Like there's a lot of reflecting that takes place, especially like on my part. And I think it just took a lot longer for me to get to like where I currently am. Like my current state of mind. It just took me so long to get here because I think it was just because I couldn't convince myself to save my life that like I was ready enough, to be able to onboard new clients. But that's not really what this is about. Uh, I think as teenagers or as like um, young people, we tend to like put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I'm saying this out of like personal experience because I have put so much pressure on myself when it comes to just overall my future and my present, you know? Like, I needed to be this type of person right now as much as I wanted to be a different kind of person in the future. I don't know if that makes sense, but like in my head, this whole like grow up situation, it started a while back. And it's not even about growing up like looking pretty, all of that. It was more like glowing up in a sense of becoming who you want to be, or at least um, practicing being the best version of yourself. That was basically what it was about. And for the longest time, I thought, I got it in the bag. Everything is like going fine. And then came the holidays of June. I just broke down 100%. And I know you guys don't know this, but then on the 13th of June is my company's birthday, right? So that's when we officially launched and put it on paper that this is like when glowy video starting. So this time last year I was ecstatic and like so euphoric about everything, and I just saw my business reaching crazy highs in a matter of months, right? And then reality hit, because it was like I was very conflicted, because I was just so convinced that I had to choose between my education or my business, because as I said, like I already thought that my business was going to reach such highs in months, you know. And it took me a while to accept that it wasn't. Like literally just recently I had to just sit down and let it sink in that what I'm trying to build is not something that should last for 10 years. You know, I'm trying to build something that's going to last for at least 10 generations, you know? So I think the reason why it just like hit me so hard was that, like, that expectation that I had up for myself and my business and literally like my own life, and like this whole idea of a purpose that I had. It was literally that um I needed to reach this level of like like my best version of myself, you know, and that simultaneously having a business, being good at school, and just having all of these things like sports and stuff. I just broke down because that's not really something that I'm used to, you know. In my head, I thought that I would just be delusional and do everything that needs to be done, and like at some point it would just be part of me. And I think it's not the worst, you know, thing to think about. You know, it's like not the worst mentality to have. But I think I just didn't allow myself to first heal the version that I was before, and I just rushed into this version that I wanted to become. And I think that's something that's like common in like our generation, because we tend to just like have this high, like hold ourselves in such a high regard and make things so much more complicated than they actually are. And then by the time we just wake up and realize everything, it's like, damn, it's been fucking a year and there hasn't been much progress. Then we've become depressed, or like I'm speaking first-hand experience, so like I don't know about a lot of people for sure, but then I know about myself. You know, that's literally what happened. And now I had to just like sit down and reflect for the longest period of time, and now I'm here making a video about it. So yeah, uh, so I didn't like I held myself in this high regard. I put myself on like this pedestal, but then I didn't realize that I put that version of me that wasn't me yet, you know? So basically, what this means is that I didn't really accept the person that I already was, and I just rushed myself and closed off the version that I am in order to become the version that I want to be. And I realized that that only sort of put me down, at least like spiritually, because it's like whatever trauma and experiences that I've had in my past are so much like just redundant, you know, because the person that I want to become is like completely a different person from who I am, you know. And I'm not saying I'm gonna just give up on that version, definitely not, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about, because there's this serious misconception about becoming the best version of yourself, and it influences such a toxic mindset that I think I've had myself when it comes to just growth and reaching your potential and just having things that you want to do, and understanding that if you really want something you have it, etc., etc. So I just approached things with that misconception that was so toxic towards the person that I actually am, and that just really brought me down like 100% as a person. And for the longest time I didn't want to accept that, and I got really humbled this week, Monday, because we got our results back from school. And they weren't bad per se, but the reason why they humbled me so much is because in my head, it was like the version that I'm pretending to be would not like accept those results, you know? So then it was just like a conflict of interest between who I am and who I want to become. So that's when I literally just sat down and was like, I literally have to think about this. It wasn't, yeah, it was this week, it's like Monday. And I just had to sit down and think about everything. And I took out everything that I had on the wall about my business, everything. I just took it off. And I changed everything, like my entire. And I just changed my entire mindset around everything. And I'm saying it as if it was like a 1 week thing because it was. Thing is with me, it's just because I already had this idea of what I want and I did so much to make sure that this is what I want. But then I just missed the biggest part, which was realizing that I am still who I am. You know, and I can't just change that in a matter of a year from pretending as if I'm someone else. So that was something that I had to practice within myself. And it was just like thinking and just becoming more self aware throughout this entirety of the week. And this weekend, I just did some more thinking because I do that a lot. And then I was just like this literally has to stop, you know? So basically, I want to try and implement more videos with me accepting who I am and not just wanting to take out this version of myself that I'm not really comfortable in. Because what I mean by that is that I found comfort in the concept of being this person, but I wasn't this person yet, and I haven't grown into that person. It's as if I'm still like a child, and I wear clothes, you know, that an adult person would wear, like a fully grown adult would wear, and I just feel super uncomfortable. Even though I had a mindset of an adult, I just couldn't really um, take that out onto the planet as that version. I don't know if I'm making sense, but then that's basically what it was. And I want to just come back, you know, ground myself again, remember all my whys, why I'm doing everything. I have about 5 months left of this year to prove myself to myself. Because I've made peace with the fact that I'm not, like, nobody's gonna really come and spoon feed me and say, yo, this is basically what you have to do, and your life is gonna be like this in 10 years or whatever. Like, it's not like that 100%. It's not like that at all, you know? And you can't really make this stuff up. You can't really be taking loopholes. And I think that's another thing that this social media or just people out there encourage, because they're like, you can change your reality within a few seconds. True, but then you can't really maintain that. You know, like, because you can't really change within a few seconds. You know, so it's like you won't be able to maintain that reality because that's not the reality that you're used to. It's like when you're building habits, every single day it gets hard, but you have to just choose to wake up in the morning or drink 2 liters of water every day and force yourself to do so. But it's not really something that can be maintained with just superficial, you know, like ideas or something. You have to genuinely do it. And that's like one of the things that I had to just sit down and acknowledge. You know, I've definitely been kind of scolding myself a lot lately because, yes, I'm still the person that I was, or like I still am me, but that doesn't really take away all the growth that I've had within this last year. You know, it still doesn't mean that everything that I've went through as a version that I was pretending to be like didn't teach me something, you know, and I'm still here today telling you guys about my overall thoughts and my experience and that just comes to show how much I still was able to grow and become a stronger person. So without further ado, I just want to position my channel at the same time, because I think I was just so unsure of what I wanted, and it was just a matter of, because when like my first video, it positioned me as someone who would just sit down and talk and give advice, and so was my second video. And then my third video, I decided to do something different, but I realized that it's not really going to be fun to do the third video as it was to do my second video, you know? So if you go back to my channel, you'll see I've somewhat like right now posted 4 videos, and yeah, so I just want to implement a lot more actual me, you know, actual eating, and take you guys through my journey, trying to build a business, trying to build myself with my own well-being. And I hope you guys love my videos, because nonetheless there's gonna be a group of people who love my videos. So if you don't like my videos, sure, but then I really want to create videos that I like, because it's just like genuinely something I want to do. So I just haven't really given myself the time, because as I was saying, I wasn't completely comfortable being that person, since I was just neglecting the real me, right? So I think you guys should just sit down, journal, and think about who you are. Is this who you want to be? Is this someone that you think will definitely take you forward in the future? And do you currently have the strength to change? And if not, what is triggering you to believe so? And just do stuff like that, you know. I find them very helpful in the growth journey. And yeah, you know. So I hope you guys like this video. You know what to do. And yeah, so I'm gonna just try posting more videos like this. Not exactly like this, just me on my journey, right?